Tape 3W suivi d'école au Sénégal.com. À école au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape école au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
So we just worked on weather. We worked on the climate. We saw the different types of climates, and I got to define them. So now we're going to look at the seasons. The seasons are characterized by different changes, actually 4 major changes. Typically, when I say typically, it means that in most parts of the world, there are 4 seasons. But in Africa, like we know, there are only 2 seasons, which comprises of 2 semesters. And so semesters are 6 months. So we have the rainy season, and then we have the dry season. And the rainy season, in other terms, would be the spring, and the dry season would be summer. It's in Africa and some probably other parts. But mostly, generally speaking, there are 4 seasons, okay? And the seasons are the spring, the summer, the fall, and then you have the winter. The spring, the summer, the fall, or what we call autumn, and then you have winter. Those are the 4 major. So, but what causes these seasons? How is it possible that we have these seasons? Okay, it says that the earth, this is the sun, okay, and then this is the earth. And so the sun is in the center, in the middle, and then this is the earth, okay? So the earth goes round the sun, it orbits, it's actually a geographical term. It orbits around the sun, and it's actually tilted, because the earth is not like this, but the earth is actually like that. So it's kind of tilted, okay? The earth is tilted like this, and then this is the sun. And so it goes round, you know, it's going round. So as it's going round, this part facing the sun becomes summer, and then the other part, if the northern part is facing the sun, of course it becomes summer, and then the southern part, the other back part, which is dark, becomes winter. And so as it's going around, it's changing. It's going around, it's changing, it's going around, it's changing. So at every change, every 3 months, it changes. So here will become summer because it's facing the sun. And so after 3 months, it's going again, and it's going to continue. And so it starts off by being like the spring, and then you'll continue into the summer, and then you'll continue into the autumn, and then it continues into the winter. That is why it changed. And it takes a year for the earth to orbit. Orbit means to go around, to go to circle, to make a 360 circle, to go around the sun, you know. And so as it goes around the sun, it changes. And so the changes occur every 3 months. And we're going to look at it, and we're going to start off with spring, okay? Spring starts off in the month of March, precisely March 20th. March 20th. And so because I said that it's every 3 months, so what will be the next starting point for summer? So it's going to be March, April, May. And so summer will be June. Precisely June 21st. And so if it's another 3 months, it becomes June, July, August. And so fall starts where? September. September, precisely 22nd. And then the last one would be September, October, November. And so winter starts December. And I think precisely 21st. That is winter. So it goes from March, April, May, March, April, May, June, July, all the way to August. And then it goes to September, October, which is my birth month actually, November, And then you have December, which is January, February. So February is actually considered winter, okay? When you're all celebrating your Valentine's and Lover's Day is actually considered winter, okay? So that's the first step that you need to know about the seasons, the months. 3 months each. Why does it rotate? Why are the forces? What happens? You know, so it has 3 months each. Please take note about the months. So for example, right now we're in December. So if we were probably Europe, it's probably, or in the States, we are facing December. So December just started. Okay, so that's spring, summer, fall, winter. So what happens during the spring? What's the weather like? What's the climate like during the spring? First thing you gotta know is we have rainfalls. Rainfalls. Remember the chart that we talked? So we have rainfalls, precipitations of rains. So rainfalls. So if rain falls, what's it gonna be like? Wet, warm, and even cool. Okay, and then if rainfall is wet and if it's muddy, of course it's gonna be muddy, of course, you know. And if there are heavy rains, sometimes you experience what? You experience thunderstorms. If there are heavy rains, thunderstorms, and of course you can experience lightning as well. Okay, and even rainbows as well, lightning. And what happens during the winter? During the spring, I'm sorry. What happens? You see, starts growing, blossoming, you know, leaves, you know, will start. There's a grow of leaves and trees and flowers, you know, they do what they call to the water the plants. There's a change of the environment of vegetation. So that's spring. What about summer? What happens during the summer? Already you have it's hot weather, hot, sunny, okay, dry, even humid. It could even be humid, okay. What else about summer? The days, you have longer days. You have longer days, shorter nights. You have longer days and shorter nights. Oh yeah, don't you know that? We have longer days and shorter nights. What else? Sometimes it could even be dusty. Okay, it could be dusty. Anything else about the climate? When it's hot, it's humid, it's very extremely hot, it's dry, you know, it's dusty. What else? Okay, so let's go to fall. And another term for fall would be autumn. Okay, autumn. Another term for fall is autumn. Okay, what happens during autumn? Fall. The first thing you gotta know is the leaves fall. You know, leaves fall. Change color. There's a change of color. You know, change of color. You know, orange. You're gonna see orange and yellow. You know, you have orange and yellow. I'll put them in your brackets so that you can know the colors. You know, what else during the fall? It's windy, very windy. You know, it's windy. It's cool. You know, it's windy and it's cool. And then you have, anything else about fall that we missed? You know, last lesson or climates, anything? It's windy, it's cool, okay? And then it could even be sandy sometimes. You know, it can be sandy, a lot of sand. Then that takes us to winter. What happens during the winter? Extremely cold. It's extremely cold. Extremely cold. You know, it's extremely cold. What else? It's freezing, you know. It's freezing. It's freezing cold. You have, what else do you have there? You experience some snow, it's snowy. Some ice, icy. some snow, some ice, flakes as well. Flakes are falling, snowflakes falling, flakes falling. The trees are empty, empty trees, empty trees empty, trees empty. So these are some of the weather. What about when we talk about even the spring? Sometimes you see, sometimes it could even be cloudy. Remember we talked about cloudy or partly cloudy. Partly cloudy. You see mountain dew in the mornings, mountain dew, and sometimes it might even hail. You can see some hailstorms. Okay, you can see some hailstorms. Some hailstorms. But tornadoes and earthquakes are completely different, okay? Tornadoes and earthquakes, I mean, they will fall anytime. They really don't have, but oftentimes it falls around the fall because it's windy. So oftentimes you see tornadoes around the fall. You know tornadoes, right? They're like that, So sometimes it'll fall around that period because it's kind of windy, and so it takes the dust and all that. But so that's the chart. And so you can basically know where what falls, especially as the weather. Dry would probably fall here as far as the weather is concerned. Remember we talked about the weather? Dry will probably be here. No, I'm sorry. That's winter. Polar would be here because it's a polar, extremely cold. Summer would probably be dry here. Probably dry here. And then here could probably be the temperate. We talked about mild to, from warm to mild, cold, or, it could be here. Even the continent will probably be here. And, because you have some rainforest. Tropical is here. Because during the fall, it's just windy and cool, moderate temperature. So here could probably be temperate. Here could be temperate. Because of the weather, could be temperate. And here it's actually cool, okay? It's cool, it's cold, it's warm during the fall. You can add even warmness to it here. It's just, it's warm as well as what is there. And it could even be cold here. You can even add some coldness here. Not just cool, but it could be cold as well. You can add it here. It blossoms during the spring. Flowers start to blossom, after the rain, after the winter, things now start to blossom, trees, the flowers start growing. So that's really great, actually, So, and then that during the summer you can go out for swimming, to the beach, to travel, and things like that. You dress all skinny, you can drink a lot of water, not to get dehydrated. And then, and then during the fall as well, just get ready because it becomes so beautiful. That's when you experience a Thanksgiving season, colors start to change and leaves start to fall. That's why they have the fall, because they say that leaves and flowers, things start falling. That's why you have fall, or of course autumn. And so basically these are the seasons. So they're kind of easy, okay, for you to remember. So if you have to talk about them, so you're able to understand, if you go out and it asks you what's the weather outside, all you have to do is just to remember some of those vocabularies, and you're able to describe what the weather outside is. That's the basic of it. So you'll be able to know what falls. I remember that sometimes during the summer, and sometimes too because of the change in climate, sometimes you could experience some rain even during the summer because things are changing. Why not? But don't be blown away. It's still summer, okay? And sometimes even winter too can start late, and snow too can start early. It's just a change of the environment, But basically, these are the ideas. And I told you all that. In Africa, or I'm saying Africa because we kind of have that there. I said in Africa we only have the spring and the summer. Okay, because we have lots of rain and then we have lots of sunshine too. Sometimes it gets extremely hot and and you have extremely cold as well, depending on where you are even, So, and then of course the fall and the winter, we don't really experience it in Africa. Okay, sometimes in some parts of it, we could see a little bit of ice storms and things, but normally that's not part of it. But so yes, and so which area do you know? Which area do you fall so you can know? And I hope that it helps you. I hope that the lesson today was wonderful. And I'll see you soon. Take care now. This is Teacher Raissa.
Tape www.suividecolosenegal.com